Hey, hi, how you doing? And oof, look, I know my audience is split 50-50 on this type of video content. Some of you guys find it funny, entertaining, don't mind when I do this. Others of you really don't like it and think it's in bad taste, and you have every right to think that. So click away now if you don't like this type of video, because yes, I am responding to an individual comment, but the reason I am responding to this one individual comment is because it's so ridiculous, so ludicrous, so batshit insane. I think it's absolutely hilarious and worth showcasing because the YouTube comment section, man, where logic and reasoning goes to die. Now please do not harass or attack or go after the person whose comment I am showcasing here. We are here to talk about the comment and the ideas presented with the comment, okay? Okay, so here we go. R. Maldo writes, "This guy cares so much about story because he doesn't know how to program or animate." I'll give you a moment to let that sink in. For context, this was on my Monster Hunter World review. Let me just read that one more time. This guy cares so much about story because he doesn't know how to program or animate. I'm sorry. Oh my god. How absolutely mad is that? Okay, where do we even begin? Well, I guess, first off, you don't know me. I don't know you. We've never had any interaction before, and I think it's safe to assume your only introduction to me is this one video. So you're making this accusation, this assertion, this statement that I only care about stories so much because I don't know how to program or animate, even though you don't know me personally, you know nothing about my background, and yet you decided to make an absolute statement about someone you don't know. Shit, man. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Okay, up next, where the hell is the correlation between story and programming and animating? Where is the correlation between those things? Oh, you know how to program and or animate. That means you must not care about story. Oh, you care about story, therefore that means you don't know how to program or animate? There's no correlation. There's no connection. That's such a bizarre, out of nowhere conclusion to come to. Why would people who know how to program and animate not be allowed to or not have the capability to care about story? Does this comment also imply that storytellers, writers, are just incapable of or are barred from learning how to program and animate? Are people not allowed to multitask and be proficient in multiple things? It's one or the other? Just what? The comment alone by itself doesn't make any sense. But within the context of the video it was posted on, it makes even less sense. My Monster Hunter World video is 24 minutes long. I talk about the story in Monster Hunter World for a total of 3 minutes and 30 seconds. 3 minutes and 30 seconds in a 24-minute video are dedicated to talk about the story in Monster Hunter World, and yet despite the bad story, I still said the game was great, that I loved it, that it's Game of the Year material, that it is objectively a well-made game in so many regards, and yet still, this guy cares so much about the story. What? What? But you know what the cherry on top of this comment is? You know what's the most ironic part of this comment? And I'm sure some of you have already guessed it, but I do, to a limited extent, know how to program and animate. I took classes in high school. They were mandatory classes. I animated my own cartoon for a project. I programmed my own website for another project. But the commenter wouldn't know this because he knows nothing about me. So why make these ignorant, illogical, irrational claims and accusations about me? For Christ's sakes, my favorite video game of all time is Doom, and I've said this in a multitude of videos. And the whole reason that game is my favorite video game of all time is not for the story, but because I love the gameplay. It's remarkable how a 16-word comment, a single sentence comment, gets so much wrong. Let this comment, let this video be a learning experience. Think before you type. Think before you post. Don't make accusations, assertions, and claims about people without evidence. You know what? Really thinking about it, this comment speaks to a much larger issue. I'm sure you've all noticed this too, but when it comes to the internet, just online communities in general, it's surprisingly and disturbingly common to just be throwing out accusations against one another with little to no evidence. Now, the accusation being made in this guy's comment is fairly tame, but those of you who have been keeping up to date, especially with the political sphere, I'm sure you have a good idea what I'm talking about. What I'm hinting at here. It's kind of sad that I need to say this, but we can't go around accusing people of being something or doing something just because we don't like them. Just because you dislike or disagree with a person doesn't mean you all of a sudden have the moral high ground to just accuse them of being or doing something, anything. No matter the severity, the seriousness, how horrendous it is, depending on the accusations, these can have serious impacts on people's lives. So again, I'm gonna repeat myself, it's sad I even have to say this. Think before you type, think before you post. Aw man, how the hell did I get here? I meant for this video to be more funny and silly and goofy and lighthearted because the comment is ridiculous. But then I just unintentionally, without even thinking about this, made the video pretty dark. I'm just gonna post a random meme at the end of this video to keep things light.
You're being too polite! Have you ever even been on the internet before? What you should have said was... Hitler! Mongoloid! Fisted! What?